Hey, Pops, did you see Rainbow Wahine basketball coach, newly named Laura Beeman, has a pretty incentive-laden contract. Kind of interesting stuff. But I was wondering, do you have any incentives, in regards to this show?
This show is almost an incentive to get up in the morning.
Ouch.
You never know who's going to sit at the kitchen table on Leahey and Leahey, a generationally challenged discussion on sports and other living things. Leahey and Leahey.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Leahey and Leahey right here on PBS Hawaii. Pops, Jim, son Kanoa sitting at the Leahey family kitchen table. And we are, well, this is a very special show because we are about to welcome in a few minutes our first non-human guest to the show.
Yes.
We're going to have, first off, a master dog behavioral therapist, Scott Argus, is going to be coming by. He's the guy who's helping you trying in your attempt to train your crazy dog, Kaimana. But he's going to be bringing by one of his fantastic dogs, Rufy, and that's what they're going to be in the studio.
Well, my dog isn't crazy.
He's kind of nuts.
Well, he's not kind of nuts. He's
nuts.
Well, he's different. He's different.
Love the guy.
No, he's a great dog. And
you got him from the Humane Society.
Got him from the Humane Society, and Scott is helping us to calm him down and make him one of the members of the family. He's done a terrific job.
That's the name of the show, right? It's Leahey and Leahey, right? The motto has always been a generationally challenged discussion of sports and other living things, and Rufy will quite literally be one of those other living things.
Like you say, let's talk dog.
Well, I say let's talk sports, but Scott says let's talk dog. He will be hearing from my lawyer.
Oh, he will.
All right, okay, let's get to the hot topics here.
Good boy!
Hey.
Hi.
Hey.
Hey, guys.
How did you do that?
That's amazing.
Thanks for having Rufy and I over.
Yeah,
well, I told him in dog language, stop barking, and he did.
This is Rufy.
This is Rufy.
And this is Scott
Rufy, come say hi.
Argus.
There's a good. Say hi to everybody.
Hey. Hi, Rufus.
Hey, how you doing? Now, what kind of dog is he?
He's an Alaskan Malamute Great Dane cross.
Wow.
Basically, he's a sled dog and a Great Dane.
Right. And you got him where?
From the Humane Society in California, about 8 years ago, seven and a half years ago.
And he was going to suffer a mean fate,
He was condemned to be put down. He was out of control.
Now,
3 different families had brought him home from trying to adopt him. Yeah.
Let's do the official introduction. You mentioned it, Pop. Scott Argus, master dog behavioral therapist for Talk Dog Hawaii.
That's right.
TalkDog.com, and we'll flash the number here in a little bit.
Okay.
Get to your question.
well, my question, first of all, is that you have a new system, a fairly new system, in
Right.
training dogs, and it's using the language of the dog. And when you start to look at what a dog is, try to tell us about what a dog is and the pack mentality.
Well, that's really what it's all about, is that pack psychology. They need a pack leader. And one of the things we help you do is understand why. And we teach you how to talk dog so that he understands what you're saying. And then we teach you how to be a pack leader so he recognizes you as his pack leader. And then because he understands what you're saying and you're the leader of the pack, his focus on you is 10 times greater, not just twice, but 10 times greater than it ever was before. That's what it's all about. Yeah.
But you start with them being a descendant of wolves.
That's correct. That's correct. Actually, I was a biomedical engineer for 25 years, so I'm involved with the DNA. We sequenced the human genome for the very first time. But we also looked at a whole lot of other living things, including dogs. The dog genome was amazing. It turns out that every domestic breed of dog is a direct descendant from one line of gray wolf. And the important thing there is that the gray wolf is a pack animal. They're hardwired differently than us. They communicate differently and they think differently. They focus on the pack leader for their very survival. So that's why it's so important to them. They think if they don't have a pack leader, they're going to die. Okay? Yeah. So they try to run your household, and that's why we've had so much trouble all these years.
Yeah, because they take on that role. They attempt to be the pack
exactly
leader.
By default. If we don't have a pack leader around here, we're all going to die. Nobody else is doing it because humans behave differently than dogs. What's up, Rufus?
What's the matter, Rufy?
Yeah.
Sit.
Nervous to be on
Good
television?
boy. Yeah. He says, I want to play with everybody. Good boy. So because there's no pack leader in the house, they take over, not because they want to, but because they're afraid that if they don't, they'll die. So we put you in that position, and you start seeing the changes in their behavior on the very first day.
All right,
Yeah.
so here's the thing, though.
Yeah.
It's the methods behind it, like literally the commands themselves. And we have it up here on the refrigerator. Bah, good boy. So what you have done now to my parents' household with their dog Kaimana, who they just rescued from the Humane Society. Great, beautiful chocolate lab,
Yeah.
but he's just kind of
he's a terrific
crazy
dog.
right now. Yeah, he's trying to figure it out. But I go over there, my girlfriend and I, and we're having dinner with the family, and it's a constant, bah, good boy, bah, good boy, bah, good boy. So people walking by the house first off think that there are a bunch of lunatics in there. It sounds like it's Ebenezer Scrooge's household because of all the bahs
All
that
the
are being
growling,
thrown
yeah.
out there. But how does this command specifically work?
Well, basically, this is the vocabulary of dog psychology. It's the easy part to learn. Mostly, it's how to say no and yes in dog language. Bah, sit. Good boy. I praised him for sitting, okay? I growled at him for getting a little too pushy, okay? So I said no and yes. But that's just the easy part of it, is saying growling and praising in a silly high-pitched tone of voice. Where it gets interesting and you need practice is timing. You have to be able to read your dog's behavior, ideally anticipate. That's a really tough word with dog behavior. Anticipate what he's going to do so that you can correct and praise him on your schedule rather than on his, because they're so much faster than us.
Yeah, and you have to be the leader.
You have to be the leader.
You have to be the leader. If my dog is a magnificent dog, but he's just when we got him, he was out of control because he thought, you guys are losers. I'm in this house, and look at you.
There's
I gotta
no
take over.
organization
Yeah,
in here.
no organization, no nothing.
Nice
I gotta
house.
take
Too bad
over.
we're all going to die.
Yeah. All this dysfunction.
So you came over through the Humane Society. You came over, and within 5 minutes, within 15 minutes, with using the bah and using the good boy, the negative and the positive, he changed his behavior in that he's not going to think that he is the pack leader anymore.
He never heard a human being, a two-legged pack member, speak dog before. And he's going, wow, what's going on around here? Everything's different.
Yeah.
And they catch that it's different on the first day.
Yeah.
How long does it take? What would you estimate the average length of that process of taking a dog? Because you mentioned that Rufy was wild when you first
Totally
met
out of
him
control.
too.
Yeah. So badly that they were going to euthanize him.
Yeah,
Yes.
and you mentioned families that had brought him back because they just couldn't handle him.
Right.
What kind of process, how long a duration would you estimate that
Well,
to be
as I
to
see-
calm them down?
As I said, you do start seeing the results immediately, but he gets up the next morning and it's the same old household. Let's start all over again. So you have to keep the program going. But it usually takes about 5 to 8 weeks. It depends a little on your training skills. It depends on the dog's issues. And then it depends on his personality a little. But in Rufy's case, he was barely a year old and literally so out of control that he couldn't go into any normal home. And about 8 weeks later, he was responding properly to silent commands, and he had gotten rid of all that separation anxiety where he would literally destroy a house when you leave.
Let's talk about going to the Humane Society and looking for a dog. The best dogs, the best in your opinion.
Well, first I always like to say my favorite breed is rescued. And that's what the rescues are. That's what the dogs are at the Humane Society. But by far the healthiest and smartest breed is a mutt, a mixed breed, a poi dog as we say here in Hawaii. Pure breed simply means we have inbred that dog over many generations so that it follows a specific genetic program. Well, inbreeding produces a lot of these genetic issues, and that's why they have to cull their packs when they have purebred dogs. The dogs that don't meet the standards, they have to dispose of. But purebreds get their genes mixed up so that they don't have the likelihood of what we now know to be over 3,000 genetic diseases. Everything from hip dysplasia to mental problems to allergies, you name it, everything.
Talk about what you do with Talk Dog Hawaii. This is a little bit of a new wave method of training dogs, right?
Yeah. The old school method, you go to your class on Saturday morning out in the field where the instructor is. Everybody stands in a row with their dogs, and you get instructions from the instructor. Everybody step forward, move left, move right, and so forth. That was the old school, and then you're supposed to continue that training at home. Well, what we do is we come to your home. And first we give you a little presentation on dog psychology for 20 minutes, half an hour or so. Then we get up and do the hands-on training where we teach you how to talk dog and how to behave like a pack leader. And that's where you get to see the dog's behavior changing right away.
Yeah.
So that's what I do, is I come to your home, typically 2.5 to 3 hours for the initial training visit, and then it's as needed to your home or over the phone for the rest of the dog's life.
Yeah, I mean the life of the dog.
Exactly, life of the dog guarantee.
So the half-breed, the poi dog, is a healthier dog.
Right.
He will live longer. He will be loyal. He will be, because he's rescued too.
Yeah, he's grateful.
Yeah, he's very,
To the extent that they're capable of being grateful, they recognize, boy, I've been saved from this cage that I was living in, and I had a lousy life before that with whoever turned him into the Humane Society. Now he's living with people who not only give him food, water, safety, shelter, and entertainment, but also love, affection, and the one missing ingredient, a pack leader. Yeah. I have a pack leader now. Now I'm going to survive. I can be secure.
In our family, we have 4 pack leaders. We have 4 pack leaders.
That's okay. You can have multiple pack leaders.
Good.
But I think that's one of the misconceptions and one of the mistakes that people seem to make is, particularly with rescue dogs, you know, there's this sensitivity to what they've been through, the trauma perhaps that they've faced previously. And so they treat the dog in that way,
and perhaps, they're so cute.
Yeah, and then perhaps they fail to meet the certain level of discipline that is necessary to get the dog to the next level. Talk about the mentality of the dog and how the memory of the dog works and how that is connected.
The dog has to know that you are such a competent and reliable pack leader that he or she will trust you with her life. So that means you have to be consistent. You make all the dog's decisions, they make none, or as close to 100% as you can get, especially during that 5 to 8 weeks. That convinces the dog that no matter what happens, if a bear comes rushing out of the brush and attacks you, the pack leader is so good at it that the dog will trust you with his life. And obviously, we don't have to worry about bears here, but dogs still worry about other dogs that they haven't met, meeting them on the sidewalk. That's a common problem here. Your dog will now be confident and look at you rather than at the other dog to say, what should we do about this dog coming towards us on the sidewalk?
You're available. I think we're going to put up a number that people can call. You're available to go to their house, and the commitment is any dog, anytime, any issue.
That's right. Any age, any issue, any dog for the rest of the dog's life.
What's the cost of a service like this?
For an adult dog, it's typically about $575 for the life of the dog. And puppies, there's a bit more to do with puppies, so it's $675.
Yeah.
There also is a little picture on your business card with your dogs.
Rufy and Nani.
Nani and Rufy, and they're saying, "Let's talk dog."
That's right.
You know, I lead all of my sportscasts saying, "Let's talk sports." You will hear from my lawyer, sir.
I'm so sorry. I didn't realize I was stepping on your turf.
Anyway,
Scott Arvik, thank you so much.
Thank you guys so much.
Thanks,
This
Rufy.
was really wonderful.
Yeah,
We'll see you
Go
next
say
time.
hi, Rufy. Say goodbye.
Yeah.
good dog.
Yeah, good boy.
Good boy. Good boy.
Good boy.
Good boy, Rufy. That's right.